Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLuga. Thanks so much for tuning in here on Tuesday, January 28th. Jacksonville Jaguars, I'll tell you what, they've been busy the last few days, going back to last Wednesday, moving on from Trent Baalke. Now Liam Cohen's the head coach. We've got some more news on the coaching front. Official news. Not from the team, but I think it's fair to say with multiple reports that it's official that Heath Farwell, Jacksonville Jaguars special teams coordinator over the last several years, is back with this new regime. I think that's huge. And I know some folks might say, look, we wanted a completely clean slate. You want a clean house. You want to get rid of everybody. You don't want anyone lingering behind. That's just simply not the case with Heath Farwell. And there's plenty of members of the organization, whether it's players or, in this case, coaches, that absolutely deserve to stick around. And I think it's something I advocated for throughout this entire process, that I would just absolutely love to see Heath Farwell, Jaguar special teams coordinator, back in Jacksonville. So he's going to be back with the team. I think this is huge news. Excited to dive into it. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content here, please like and subscribe. You can also check out genjag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear like the hat I am wearing right now. So Heath Farwell back with the Jaguars. Liam Cohen did talk a little bit about Heath Farwell yesterday. Said, yeah, you look at that group talking about special teams. That did some really good things, obviously. There's some specialists that perform special, right? And then Cohen also said, but when I did some research on Heath and you looked at the background, working for Pete, working for Coach Carroll, right, as a former player, and then going and working for the Bills, and you saw okay, the way Coach Carroll did things and that kind of collaborative approach, the confidence, the positivity, the message, and then you go to Buffalo and you're truly around Sean McDermott, who is fundamentals, technique, details, no stone unturned. I thought that was a pretty cool kind of combination. And then you just look at when I talked to him, there's a shared message. There's a shared kind of vision for what you want it to look like and how you want to coach your guys on the grass and in the building. And you know what? I thought it was a no-brainer. So yeah, Heath Farwell back with the Jacksonville Jaguars is awesome. He is a great coach. Buffalo let him go after there was a mistake in the playoffs. Whether it was a huge mistake or not, I mean, it's debatable, but Buffalo had a tremendous special teams unit under Heath Farwell. They absolutely did. And Jacksonville has as well. And now part of that is Heath Farwell's incredible coaching, which I do think is special. I think being able to get Cam Little in his rookie year to be as consistent as he was, which, I mean, Cam Little was incredible during 2024 as a rookie. He was more accurate in 2024 as a rookie than he was during his college career. He was so money for the Jaguars. It was unbelievable. You look at his stats, right? And you just felt confident that he was going to make all his kicks. He was 27 of 29 on field goal attempts and 27 of 27 on extra point attempts. He was wonderful. Misses were deep, right? Misses were deep kicks. I thought that what he was able to do, again, establishing the consistency from Cam Little, very special. Then you talk about Logan Cook. Obviously, you don't want to sound hyperbolic, but Logan Cook is one of the best punters of all time, statistically. And that's when it comes to just booming kicks down the field with high hang time, letting his guys go down there and chase it. When it comes to pinning teams deep in their own end zone, inside the 20, inside the 10, he's done a fantastic job, and I think he's had his best seasons, most consistent years under Heath Farwell. You look at Ross Matisic, who's developed under Heath Farwell into a Pro Bowl long snapper. Logan Cook and Ross Matisic both made the Pro Bowl this year. I think Cam Little, had the Jaguars attempted more kicks, probably could have been right there with them. He was awesome. And then you also talk about what he's able to do with the coverage units, both on kickoffs, punts. There's very rarely a mistake on punt coverage, punt return, kick coverage, kick return, field goal block, field goal protect. it's just a really sound fundamental unit. And I think a big part of that is Heath Farwell, his coaching and his energy. If you haven't watched an interview with him or ever talked to him, Heath Farwell is one of the most energetic coaches I've ever been around. To have that passion for going out there, hey, he's basically the GM for special teams. Like Cam Little was his guy, and who knows how that'll continue to play out. That's how it was under the previous regime. But he basically was like, yes, Cam Little's our guy. This is the guy we need to go get. And so he goes out there and identifies talent on special teams throughout the draft process, throughout free agency as well, scouting the pro side of it. And he's wonderful. Absolutely great guy to be around. So the Jaguars now have Liam Cohen installed as the head coach. Heath Farwell will be the special teams coordinator. And then you look at defensive coordinator, which those are not the only three positions. There's important positions that will be, assistants on offense, defense, special teams, all that good stuff. But those are the three big names in the coaching search. And you look at defensive coordinator, the Jaguars did officially interview Patrick Graham for their defensive coordinator spot. That's his third interview with the team, right? He interviewed twice for the head coaching position. He is now interviewed for the defensive coordinator job as well. We will see how quickly the Jaguars end up moving on defensive coordinator and bringing one in. But you also have Durante Jones, who the Jaguars have been reported to interview via Tom Pelissero, who is the Vikings defensive pass game coordinator, has a long history as a defensive backs coach, was the defensive coordinator for the LSU Tigers in 2021. He's been coaching for 20 plus years. I think Patrick Graham, though, if he's the guy, that would be a tremendous hire. Patrick Graham, 46 years old, a tremendous amount of experience in the league, and what he's been able to do the last several years with the Raiders as a game plan defensive coordinator, really being able to come up with a plan, install a plan, get his guys to understand what that plan is against a specific football team, and get the most out of the players he's had. Obviously, the Raiders have had they've had some talent on defense, obviously, like Max Crosby, some guys, but he's gotten the most out of that unit in Las Vegas, in my opinion, from 2022 to 2024. He was also defensive coordinator for the Giants before that, the Dolphins before that. So this is a guy who has been a defensive coordinator in the NFL every season since 2019. And there's a reason for that. He's a darn good coach, a really good leader and defensive coordinator. So that would be my top pick. We've talked about that quite a bit. I was between him and Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is going to be the 49ers defensive coordinator. I don't think he quite liked what happened. I think he wanted to be the head coach in Jacksonville, and that just wasn't going to happen with how fond the Jaguars were of Liam Cohen. Rightly so. Great offensive mind, a good young coach. So you've got Liam, you've got Heath. Now hopefully you can add Patrick Graham to this group and hit the ground running with hiring out the rest of the staff and then moving on to the general manager search and getting that figured out. Hopefully the Jaguars can get this whole coaching staff filled out within the week and then, again, move forward with that group. So Heath Farwell sticking around in Duval. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and you can check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear like the hat I'm wearing right now. You can become a channel member here on YouTube. And if you're not following Cardiac Cats on YouTube, go follow him. He's about to hit 1,000 subscribers. Does a really good job covering the Jaguars on YouTube. Again, that's Cardiac Cats. Y'all have a good one.